Hi guys, I'm Mark, and I'm going to show you in a series of videos how you can make an extraordinary amount of money in property investing. Now, I've helped many people get into this game, and we're not only making a little bit of money, we're making thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a series of videos, and what they're going to do is they're going to debunk a lot of the theories that you've thought about property developing, and they're going to stamp them on their head. And then I'm going to show you how the system, when it's done right, how it works and how much money you can get. So the first video I want to talk to you today is a really important video. It's probably one of the most important videos in the whole series because it talks about negative gearing. Now, there's a lot of gurus out there that talk about negative gearing, buy this property, buy that property, and all that kind of stuff. What you've got to look at is there's two ingredients with this. There's capital growth and there's income, all right? Now, you cannot get anywhere without income. The income the property generates actually allows you to buy subsequent properties. So if you're got into a situation where you've got a negatively geared property, now, mind you, a negatively geared property is a property that's not performing, and it's a property that's got more expenses than ingoings, right? So you're actually paying money out of your pocket every week just to keep the property, right? It may be in a great capital growth area, but we need both. In order for you to be retired and out of the system, you need income, okay? And it sort of debunks this whole thing because in order to get the tax savings, you need to keep working. And in order to keep working, like having the property portfolios, you need to keep working to pay the bank money. It should be the other way around. So let's have a look at this example. Let's call this person James. This is property here that's in my property cash flow accelerator program. Now, his income from that property after all expenses, and I'm talking council rates, management fees, insurance, the lot, right? He is ahead over $200 a week, ahead. $200 a week, mortgage repayments, everything. Okay, so I'll show you this in more detail now when I bring it up on the screen. So this is a breakdown of the costs of that particular property, okay? So here we go here, and we have a look here. The purchase price was $790. He put in $165,000 of his money. It was an 80-20 loan, which means that 20% was a deposit, 80% borrowing at an interest-only rate of 6.3%. His net rental is over $1,246, okay? And what we've done is we've calculated that at an investor tax margin of 30%, but just have a look down here at the graph and it will just show you how much James is earning from that property. So in year one, just this property alone, so he's making $295 a week before tax. After tax, it goes up to $354. But you can see now the importance of this and how the system works, right? You've got $295 a week, and that's after all expenses. Remember, all of the things that I've said to you before, as in council rates, mortgage repayments, council fees, management fees, 2 weeks vacancy period, all of that is all included in this figure. So you can see the importance of the cash flow. It is just so important because that cash flow there will actually give us the income to be able to borrow more money to be able to buy more properties, okay? So that's what it is. So cash flow is so vitally important in this game. And why, you might say? It's because in each property purchase, we use the cash flow that we generated through a positively cash flow property to be able to generate income to buy more properties. We don't constrict it. Now, you might think that's okay. You might think that capital growth is going to solve your problems, but that's not, because you need money to be able to service the debt. The banks won't give you the loan without the ability to service the debt, which means that you need the income to grow the portfolio and service the debt of the actual loan, right? This is why I don't do negatively geared properties. It's a big no-no for me. Look at it this way. Why would you buy a business that's losing money? Think about it. This is a business and it needs to be run like a business. So if you're buying a new business for yourself, you would never buy a business that's losing money, right? Doesn't make sense. I'll give you another example. A couple of years ago, I worked with a lady called Anna. Anna was 67 years old. She came to me because her current property portfolio wasn't performing. Now, she had 14 properties. 14 properties. She was negatively geared $3,500 a month every month. And this was before the interest rate jump, right? Because remember, they were like 2%, they're now like 6%. This is back when they were 2%. So she was having to find $3,500 a month. She was working 3 jobs. So she was working 3 jobs to make $3,500 a month every month, just so that she could keep her property portfolio. When I work with my clients through our property cash flow accumulator system, we only buy positively geared properties. If it's negatively geared, goodbye. So I'm sure you're saying to yourself, well, that all makes sense, but how do I find these properties? And that's a great question, because in our property cash flow accelerator program, they're already identified, right? There's a specific detailed process that identifies each cash flow positive property that has multiple sources of income. Think about that, multiple sources of income. So multiple means more than one, right? So imagine a property having 2 and 3 incomes coming in from that one property. You've solved your negatively gearing problem because your income is more. The banks are happy because they'll lend you more because your business is now making money. And that's the whole idea, because we want to get you out of work. Our system maps out the process to get you 6 of these properties in the first 3 to 5 years. Here's another real life example. This is one of my own properties, but this particular property that I have up in North Queensland, we're going to get 3 incomes out of this property, and we're going to generate more than $1,600 a week from one property. We have a saying in this industry, and I use this saying a lot, and it's the BHP method, right? And I'm telling you now that 99% of all investors out there do the BHP method. And you know what that is? That's the buy, hope, and pray method. So they buy a property and they hope to God that it goes up in value, and they pray that they're going to have enough money each week to come in to pay the rent, right? We don't do that. In my property cash flow accelerator program, we don't use the BHP method. We have a specific process in order to get you from where you are to where you want to be and the incomes that you want to earn. In my next video, I'm going to explain to you the 3 most important methods to make money out of property. Most property owners don't even understand these 3 methods or put them into practice. Watch out for my next video in your inbox that will totally change the way you think about property investing.